If you're a business owner with an IRS back tax problem, you might be wondering just how serious is my problem. You may be especially wondering this if you haven't heard from the IRS in a long time. It's actually surprisingly common that people can not file or not pay for a period of time and not hear anything. So here's what you have to understand to really answer that question of how much trouble am I in if I have a back tax problem. You need to first understand what most people's back tax problem actually is. According to United States Department of Treasury statistics, the vast majority of people who owe back taxes to the Internal Revenue Service owe less than $25,000. And the statistical makeup of people who have back taxes tends to be wage earners who just owe a little bit of money. They maybe had their withholdings a little bit low, or it's people who had medical issues or gone through unemployment or gone through some kind of catastrophic event in their life that's kind of temporarily made it so they've fallen behind on their taxes. So the IRS, when people like that come in the front door, make it more or less pretty simple to resolve their problem, and they are more or less understanding of people who are in this situation as long as they are proactively taking steps to truly remediate this issue. Now, here's the situation with you if you're a business owner with an IRS back tax problem. Number one is you probably haven't filed in a very long time, but most importantly, the issue is that whatever you wind up owing is statistically going to be far higher than $25,000 in the vast majority of cases. If you're like our clients where you're making six figures or more in revenue in your business and you haven't filed in a long time and you have lots of money going in and out of your bank account and you probably owe a lot of money, your IRS case is literally going to be at the top 5 to 10% severity of all back IRS tax problems in the entire United States of America. So if you're the IRS, who are you going to spend your time and your effort going after? Grandma on Social Security who owes $8,000 because she couldn't pay all of her taxes because she had to take some money out of her pension to pay for a medical procedure? Or do you think they're going to spend their time going after someone like you who's making $300,000 a year gross in your business? You haven't filed in forever, but you're probably making some decent money and your bank account shows a lot of cash, but there's no taxes. Who do you think the IRS is going to salivate over going after? You have to understand that if you're in this situation as a business owner, there's a lot less mercy and there's a lot less understanding. And the IRS is much more likely to look at someone like you and just say, hey, this guy's wasting our time. Let's just padlock him. Let's just drain his bank account. Let's just contact his customers. Let's just liquidate his equipment, his inventory, his assets, and just move on with our day. So if you're in this situation, the truth is that you need a completely different strategy in order to actually resolve this favorably. The IRS is willing to work with you, but you have to treat this problem with the severity that it really possesses and instead approach with a strategy to get this resolved favorably. And you need to know how to talk to the IRS, how to negotiate with them, and how to ultimately commit to repaying what you're able to pay in a way that is truly affordable and workable for you. So it's not just making some grandiose promise that you're unable to keep on the back end. And additionally, you need to understand how to change things in your business and in your life so you're not just continuing to accumulate this problem on an ongoing basis. So you can fix it, you can get back above board and have a plan to stay there. So this problem is fixable, but again, you have to understand you're statistically in the top 5 to 10% severity, if not even more severe than that, of back tax problems in the entire country. And you have to treat it with the reverence and the importance that it really deserves. If you are, and you're committed to changing your ways, you can get this problem fixed. But if you just are kind of putting this off because you haven't heard from them for a while, that chicken will come home to roost eventually sooner rather than later. And those are the people that call our firms saying, I just had my entire bank account drained yesterday. What do I do about it? So don't be that person. This is fixable. You just have to be more proactive and take it seriously.